Hi, I'm Dr. Andra Brosh. I'm a clinical psychologist and holistic nutritionist. Boundaries are an essential part of our health and well-being. We talk about them a lot in the mental health field and in personal growth and healing. The way I like to think about boundaries, it really is about creating a certain amount of space between the self and other. So sometimes in our lives, we need to have stronger boundaries with people. And at other times, we need to lower our boundaries with people. An example of raising up our boundaries might be in situations where we don't feel safe, we're around people maybe we don't trust or know so well, we're a little protective of showing maybe a deeper or more emotional side of ourselves. We don't want to be as vulnerable. In other situations, we might want to lower our boundaries. And in these situations, it's because we want to get to know someone better. We want to feel closer to somebody. We want to open up a little bit. So that's up to us to decide, and we're in control of how much boundaries we want to have and how little boundaries we want to have. Now, in order to determine whether we have too strong of boundaries or not strong enough boundaries is going to be some self-assessment within ourselves. So if we feel that maybe we're erring on the side of too strong of boundaries, we're going to feel a little distant from people. We're going to feel very self-sufficient. We don't like to ask for help. We're protective of our inner world, and we might feel a little bit of isolation and disconnection from others. When we don't have enough boundaries, this shows up within ourselves in a way around feeling maybe depleted, unappreciated. Sometimes we can feel used. And it's usually an overextension of our energy and time in a way that we end up harming ourselves. This could be for a variety of reasons. One reason could be there might be an inherent nature in us to want to please people, to want to make people happy, to feel needed. Sometimes people don't have great boundaries for themselves because they're really focusing on other people more than themselves. That could be one reason. Another reason somebody might not have very good boundaries or need to put up better boundaries is because they feel guilty or conflicted about taking the space that they need. Setting a boundary can feel cruel in the same way sometimes disciplining even a good kid could feel cruel. But we all need limitations and direction around how we treat each other. And if you don't set boundaries, proper boundaries with people, you're not really showing them how you want to be treated, and it's a reflection of how you treat yourself. So if you value yourself and your time and your energy, you're not really going to have a problem setting boundaries because you're going to feel an inherent right to do that. If there's some part of you that doesn't feel like you deserve that, or you're more focused on keeping other people happy, it might be harder to set boundaries. In order to work on this within yourself, it's really about going inward and reflecting on what is really going on. Where do I need to increase my boundary setting? Where do I need to kind of pull back from it a little bit? What am I feeling? What kind of energy am I putting out? What kind of energy am I left with when I'm with people? What am I generally experiencing in my day-to-day life and interactions in my relationships, whether it be with loved ones, friends, colleagues? We want to really check in with ourselves and make sure that we're not giving too much of ourselves and not giving too little of ourselves. So when we find that sweet spot between the two, then we're able to really live a healthy, happy life and be in our interpersonal relationships in a way that feels really good.